Another quick video for you all. Quick topic we're going to talk about right here is embodied cognition. So what that concept means is that we're traditionally led to believe that all the thinking happens up here in your brain at the top of your nervous system. But in reality, our cognition is developed throughout our whole nervous system. And this is something that's quite hard to get your head around, but what I want you to do is I want you to use it as an example, as an imagined concept. And the imaginal realm is where you use your mind to perceive a layer onto reality. It's a bit like augmented reality in that sense, in order to create a particular effect in your mind. So what I'll talk about with embodied cognition is two things. We're going to focus on two areas primarily, and then we'll expand it out. But just quickly, those two areas are the heart and the gut. Now already you can see we've got language or terms in our language, in the lexicon, the vernacular, that already relate to this, like when someone's thinking with their heart, they can feel it in their heart, they don't mean they can actually feel it in the heart muscle, in the ventricles or the atrium or something. They mean it more as a concept, right? Same with gut. We already have the idea of a gut feel, but it's not something that people traditionally recognise as instinct. However, there are books out there such as Blink, where Malcolm Gladwell talks a lot about, uses the example of firefighters as well, talks a lot about the intuitive sense built on a level of mastery in which you can make decisions or know the answer without understanding the full thought process. You haven't come to it rationally and cognitively, let's say, but nonetheless those decisions are still proved accurate. Where a good wisdom tradition and where good leadership coaching comes in is it helps you discern the difference between a legitimate gut feeling and, let's call it, a misrepresent or a cognitive error. And in fact, Thinking Fast and Slow you might see as the book that is the polar opposite of Blink, where it goes through all these errors, and that'll be something I'll do a video on another time. But for now, we're going to talk about gut feel to start with, right? And it's something that you actually will register as a feeling in your gut. It almost comes up as a voice from the gut. It kind of appears in consciousness. If you want to think to yourself, like, say, think of a book that you read. You can feel it sort of comes from up here, doesn't it? When you're going through your archives, your mental archives, you don't do it from down here at the gut level. But if I ask you to give me an instinct feeling, a gut feeling about a particular decision or a particular choice that you have to make that's of high consequence, it will register, it will feel like it's coming from down your gut. And one of the best things that you can do to take advantage of this embodied cognition is learn to sense, is that enter, right? Learn to be able to sense what your body is telling you from different areas. So that's the gut. The heart, of course, is something that is spoken about a lot. It's spoken about in religion. It's spoken about when it comes to love, right? We don't think, I love this person from up here. I love them for these attributes. That might be something that we talk about later, but the actual emotion of love comes from here. Let's call it precognitive. Now, just as an interesting aside, both the gut and the heart actually have neural cells. I'll look up the exact cell that it is. I'm not sure if they're neurons or what exactly they are, but there are examples of people getting heart transplants, for example, and then developing passions for things like motorcycling that they were never in before.